Alright, Strimo is live.
How unfortunate.
I know, right?
So valid target for animate object or no?
Yo, absolutely, in my world. You're the only one that thinks corpses aren't objects. It's literally rules as written.
I think we disagree with a lot of rules that's written.
Yeah, it's true. You're well within your rights to disagree with rules as written. As a DM, the games you DM. But just as a brief recap, so that I never ever have to post what happened last week. Corvo, while on watch, found a little girl in a patch of flowers that had very recently sprouted, and has decided to go on a walk with her towards the newly sprouted forest. And she let him know that her name is Anne. And I believe you guys had walked to the edge of the forest.
And then we just technical difficulty'd out.
Yeah, it was technical difficulty the whole time. It took like an hour, and it was like 10 minutes of actual things happening.
Did we go to the edge of the forest to look for Corvo specifically?
No, everybody else is still at camp in the cave with, I assume you guys
I'm at the edge of the forest.
Yeah, I assume you guys had, like, cut a hole in the vines that Sire had placed between the party and Zagmon. And then, yeah, it's just Corvo and the little girl. Just Corvo and Anne at the forest edge.
We're just hanging out picking flowers.
And there's, the forest is rather bright. It's illuminated by bioluminescent plants scattered throughout. As she looks into the dim forest that has these little lights hanging from trees and bushes and such, she seems captivated. She looks to Corvo and then looks to the forest.
I'll tell her outright that I dare not venture forwards without at least alerting my companions, but it is fascinating. If perhaps you'd come back with me to the cave so that I might tell my friends we're going on a walk, I could accompany you through the woods.
Hold on. I'm trying to think of how she's going to process this real quick. You know what? Give me a quick diplomacy check.
Is an appropriate response.
Okay.
11.
She looks up at you, and you see this little girl, her bright eyes, and still a menacing aura about her, and she says, "Promise."
Absolutely.
And she extends her small hand up to you, but with only a pinky extended.
She's offering you her finger. You should cut it off and run.
Dustin, he's like, "Fuck, there were free fingers involved, and I didn't go."
I'm a paladin.
We know.
A paladin with fingers?
Yeah.
Yeah. You still
How do you
figure
find
this
a
reasonable.
paladin at a party? Don't worry, they'll tell you.
They'll tell you.
I'll do you one better. Pinky swears they're of little value here on the material plane. I'd like to introduce you to a different concept. I'm going to reach into my bags, and I'm going to produce a scroll and a pen,
Okay.
and I'm going to write out a contract.
This was Asmodean shit.
I, your name,
Okay. I mean, what's the contract?
I'd like to include in the contract simply that there is an agreement that we will travel we'll go on a walk together, but I want to include terms on should we need to terminating the walk early, terms on staying on the material plane,
Mhm.
and basically that's a good way to put this, an escape clause.
Mhm. What's
And
the escape clause?
the escape clause uh should for any reason there be some kind of threat to the jeopardy of life and limb, yada yada yada, I retain the rights to my termination of the deal.
Okay. And you write it all out and you just present it to her.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a proficient barrister check.
Okay.
I remember those.
I just realized your sheet not working. It's broken heavily.
Oh, I honestly just have never uploaded
Okay.
the whole
No,
thing.
that's fine. Okay. Um, I guess you just present it for her to sign. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of demonstrating to her what a contract is if she's confused.
Okay. What languages do you speak?
Abyssal, Celestial, Infernal, Aklo, Sylvan, Giant, and Ancient or Siriani.
Okay, hold on. Run them through it one more time.
The important ones here, I'm assuming, are Aklo and Sylvan,
Okay.
but I've got Giant, Ancient Assyriani, and then Infernal, Celestial, Abyssal.
Okay. You don't understand the script she writes. And it's poorly written. That might be part of it. But she signs something. It looks like language.
Can I make a linguistics check
Sure.
to possibly maybe these eyes look like Sylvan?
Okay. Hold on. Should work.
Hey, okay.
Nice. But she extends a hand, reaches up to you for, to hold your hand while you walk.
Yeah, I'll offer mine out.
Okay. You guys walk back to the cave mouth. Nihilus during this time has strangely decided to take actual rest. So he is asleep by the time you come back, which is it's very unusual because he usually only sleeps for like 2 hours.
Yeah, he doesn't normally do that.
Yeah.
He was so proud of not doing that.
Oh,
And now we're all dead.
I talked him into it.
But who else was? I think it was just Nihilus on watch, wasn't it?
It was me and Nihilus, but
Yeah, you and
You
Nihilus.
abandoned your post and he fell asleep.
I
Yeah.
sure did.
So
Yeah,
when
we're
you
all
get,
dead.
when you get back, everyone is asleep. The only thing that is aware currently is Drew, who runs up and sniffs. And the little girl seems extremely excited. She immediately begins petting Drew.
And this is this is Drew. He has a full name, but I'm afraid it simply wouldn't be proper.
Yeah, her face is quite covered in slobber by this point, and anyone who would like to can do a perception check with. I forget what the minus is for being asleep. Isn't it like -10?
Oh no, I'm gonna go rouse Razzie.
Oh, okay. It's the laughter of a child will echo through the cave.
I
Oh,
cannot
12.
open my sheet
Yeah,
for some reason.
12 is
Yeah.
easy to.
Leslie, I think you broke the character sheets.
Listen, I didn't break anything.
I did look at Discord.
Oh my gosh, what's wrong with it?
Oh no.
I was wondering because I was trying to spam one of my macros, but
It got converted.
uh, it was there last week.
Was
Yeah, it was.
I might
Oh
have
yeah,
done.
the sheets are really messed up.
What did you do?
No idea.
Okay.
It's like just a list of our hotkeys? No, that's not it. A list of our features?
Make me a
Look at my sheet.
Leslie. Make me a duplicate that for me. I'm gonna import from a backup I made a while back.
There you go.
Thank you. Let me try this. Actor Saki import.
Yeah, Valio, you're
Oh, yeah.
very asleep.
No, both broken.
I was really hoping she'd wake up. Is that joy I hear?
Right?
Can't be having that shit.
Let me see something. Does this do anything? Nope. Yeah, no clue. It might be Pathfinder. The Pathfinder being the wrong version.
Oh, you didn't go up to 82?
Nah, it's 81. I could try to do that real quick. It'll kick everybody out for a second.
You might need to.
Need is a strong word.
I can do it real quick. Not like we're gonna, miss too much. You guys are just gonna be waking up because I assume Sophia's gonna wake up Val anyway when she
Yeah.
sees Shiloh show up
With a child.
With a child, yeah. All right, let me kick everyone real quick.
Yeah, because I last backed up in July, so I'd lose a little bit, but I think it'd be fine.
So
I'll try real quick. So yeah,
Corvo, the creepy guy who doesn't sleep, has kidnapped a child.
well, you can presume he obtained a child however you would like.
No, finders keepers.
but you're free to move about the cave.
Ooh, administrator access.
Oh boy.
Password: I hate moon days.
Password is wheel day. The trick is you have to guess how many E's there are.
Wee.
Password complexity minimum 8 E's.
Your password is very secure.
Yeah, it's very secure.
Yeah.
Is this a minute? Yeah, it is. Do that in a minute. Alright, it's back up if you want to rejoin. How'd you rejoin instantly?
I kind of guesstimated how long it would take you to update, and I had refreshed right
This
before.
Kind of
episode
estimated how long it would take to refresh.
Yeah.
Oh, my sheet's back.
Yay!
Hey, I figured it was something stupid like that.
Not me again.
You're not going to be that copy, so don't make any changes to the copy, because that copy's about to get blapped.
No! I was hoping I could get away with being 2.
No. So incredibly unacceptable.
Having 2
Was-
copies of his character sheet.
Yes.
Was there always 2 Sakis? Saki pops out of the rope trick, then Saki pops out of the rope trick.
Oh God. I have to kill one of them.
I mean, that's yeah, that's fair.
One of them's Mimic, one of them's Sake.
Both of them
Which
Better
one do we
kill
want to
both.
keep?
Yeah, kill both to be sure.
So yeah, Sophia, what is your reaction
It's
to
what Saki
Corvo
would have wanted.
showing up with the child?
Child.
Corvo, you know I have to document this, right?
I would expect you to. And Sophia here is our chronicler. She documents everything that happens. Unless it didn't happen.
Okay, Corvo, I need you to start at the top. What happened? Where did you find this child?
Anne's given a big wave, and Drew is right behind her with a tail wagging.
Yeah, she's not a child. This is Anne. We went to inspect the Fey forest that's cropped up in the middle of nowhere, and Anne was already there picking flowers. So we got introduced and we bonded over some nice looking flowers, and we're gonna go take a closer inspection at the forest. I have a feeling that it's some kind of uh connection to the first world.
So this is like a child?
No, this is Anne.
Nice to meet you, and I'll be right back. I'm gonna go wake Val if she's not awake already, and
Oh,
inform her
she's
that
out like a fat kid in dodgeball.
yeah.
What are you doing out there by yourself, man? I mean, it's dangerous even for a group as big as us.
Picking flowers. And you
How do you
guys see
avoid-
this you guys see this little girl standing next to Drew, and everyone can sense it. There is a menacing aura about this child.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. It seemed a little weird. Yeah, I'll ask her how she's able to avoid all the scary stuff out there.
She does like a shrug. I don't see the scary stuff.
Just kind of give a curious look
Scared
to
of.
I'm not afraid
Poor
of
thing.
nothing.
Fascinating, right?
She puts her hands on her hips.
Did Corvo decide to call her Anne, or is that her chosen name?
That's how she introduced herself.
Okay.
Yeah, she introduced herself as Anne. This is Anne.
And True is just acting like a dog?
Drew is
So-
a dog.
Wait.
He's a very good boy.
Drew is a dog.
Yeah, he's not acting. That's just what he is.
Good boy, True.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, Razzie companion. Right, I forgot we had a dog.
Right.
So who
Short-
do you think he was
short-
talking about?
Yeah, Short Stack is still asleep. He doesn't care about this.
I thought, what's his name? The gnome we picked up.
Oh no,
Nope.
Treewallen, the pixie. No,
Pixie?
he's still asleep too.
That one, yeah.
No, Short Stack is the
Minute.
So I have to ask, how do you explain the situation, Val?
I'm gonna start with the bad news that we don't get to go spelunking.
She just stops and stares and kind of like blinks the tiredness out. Why would you start talking to me with that?
Corvo found a menacing little girl named Anne.
You guys can hear the groan from the carriage.
Leslie.
And promised to go picking flowers in what appears to be a forest from the first world.
You guys hear another louder groan from the carriage?
what up, Dustin?
Can I detect evil on this curious little girl?
You wanna cast Detect Evil?
I want to do it out of sight if possible.
Okay.
Not out of
Over
earshot.
there?
She doesn't detect as evil.
All right, that's comforting.
She doesn't detect as evil.
I'll rejoin the group and let everyone know that I gave her an ocular pat down and I think she's safe.
Anne tugs on Corvo's hand.
Oh, of course. We did agree to go.
Razi has been added to a list.
Val,
There's some
Best
absolutely
bodyguard in the
carriage.
country.
after, cleaning herself up a little bit.
There's some absolutely fascinating flora out there. I'll be sure to get you all some samples.
She approaches you guys, and without like even saying anything, she just looks at Corvo, and she looks at Anne, and then she stares at Corvo. Go on. Explain this.
Right? It's a little
Field
weird.
research.
It's strange.
And she looks at Anne.
Hello.
Yeah, it makes sense actually. Hi there.
I'm Anne.
I'm Val.
You want to go pick flowers?
I'm not too
Found
big on.
We found a pretty forest. Lights.
Pretty forest with lights, huh? And she looks at Corvo. Want to talk about that?
Yeah, everything is bioluminescent out there. Like everything. It's truly bizarre.
Illuminous. Wow. Lights.
Has Corvo showed us the contract?
No, I haven't really had a reason to.
And
Got her
you would
signature
like
and I
to
sealed it away.
go with her.
Well, only for some time.
He promised.
I promised.
Ah, hell, Corvo. If you promise, then I have to. And also, forest with lights in it. That sounds kind of cool. I tell you what, 60% chance it's something trying to kill us. Fuck it, I'm down. Anyone want to go to a forest?
It is a brand new forest that hasn't existed before. There's certainly something to document there.
I'm a big fan of hikes.
I'm thinking maybe, what do you think? The Jalupo Wood?
I'm sorry, the what? What?
The Jalupo Woods.
Oh no, I wouldn't. Come on, we can eat something much nicer than that. We haven't even seen it yet.
She tugs on the hand again.
Yes. All right, folks. Well, anybody that wants to come along, we're about ready to head off.
Oh no, this is now a group outing.
Yeah, who all?
Doesn't have to be.
I
Well,
think it is.
Or I guess a more accurate question would be: is anyone staying?
Tree walling.
Yeah, Treewallen is still asleep.
Yeah, Saki is in a rope.
Oh, I would like to wake up Nihilus and ask him if he'll be coming with.
Okay. He wakes up, and when he discovers the current plan, he says, "No. The vines, sire, really push my body. I'm gonna sleep."
Ah, hell, someone should sit and watch Nihilus in that Nihilus and the Pixie in that case.
No, it's fine. I can still kill the pixie if I need to.
I have a feeling he'll be okay.
Chronicler, make sure you get everything.
So you guys gonna leave Saki in the rope tree?
No, I'm gonna go wake them up. Considering I'd actually forgotten about the rope trick until Earl said something.
Yeah, just
All
a
right,
rope
and
on the side of the cave.
one more individual.
You just see Val tugging on the rope. Saki,
Saki
wake up!
pokes her head out and is like, "What?"
We're going to a shiny forest with a kid.
I was meditating.
Well, you could meditate in the forest of free lights.
Taki, get out here and meet Anne.
You realize what time it is, Corvo?
She's making my life hell too, so you'll love her.
Taki, a new person.
I hate those though.
No, you'll like this one, I promise.
She'll grumble and pop back into the rope. Come out a few moments later.
Val's waiting for her to come down. She looks at you. How do you get her to listen to you like that?
Gotta ask.
Yeah, but I'm the commander.
Well, that's not asking, that's commanding.
What's the point of authority if I don't get to stomp around and use it?
During off hours, Val, we're just friends.
Okay, first off, there's a lot wrong with that sentence that I'm not going to go into.
Come on, Val, don't pull rank in off hours. Who does that?
Anne's literally going to pull Corvo. She can't actually pull Corvo, but she's gonna try.
Of course. All right, Saki. If you're gonna take your time, then I suppose we've got places to go.
I'm coming. She'll come out, but she'll drag ass.
And this is Saki.
She waves and continues to try to get Corvo moving.
Looks like she's in a bit of a rush.
Well, we have taken a lot of time here, and the
We've been here for 5 minutes.
all the flora is fairly
Well,
exciting.
5 minutes is to a child.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a kid.
Apparently a very ADHD kid.
All right, Anne. Anybody that wants to stay, I guess I guess it's just Nihilus and them.
Oh,
Alright.
I don't have nature.
She does
Nihilus
look
the
back.
tree wall.
She does look back and say, "Come on, Drew." And Drew looks to Razzie.
Saki's gonna say hello to her in Sylvan.
She doesn't seem to even understand that you're talking to her.
She's gonna say to Corvo and Sylvan, this one's kinda dumb.
Saki, it's a child.
And we spoke as children.
We did, but
Val's gonna smack you upside the head and tell you in Sylvan, don't talk bad about people behind their backs.
Saki looks at you incredulous that you know Sylvan.
Am I the only one in this group that doesn't speak that?
Like,
So,
you would expect Val is the person in this group you'd expect to speak Sylvan.
No, she's just amazed. She's like, huh.
You have a brain.
that's a little surprising.
Interesting.
so does Razzie respond to Drew?
What did Drew do?
He's
Uh,
asking permission.
Yeah, Anne called Drew to come with, and then Drew looked to Razzie.
Oh, Razzie's going with.
Val noticed it, and she kind of leans over, and she's walking next to Anne. She's next to Corvo, I imagine. You
Yes.
you good with animals there?
I love aminals.
The N comes before the M, but good try.
Good Betty.
So
Hey, Drew.
does Razzie ride Drew?
Yeah, during like basic travel, not during combat, stuff like that.
Okay. Anne is extremely envious of this. Like she looks and she doesn't say anything, but she wants to ride the dog.
I'll pat its backside, tell it to hop off.
She lets go of Corvo's hand so fast, and then she runs over and like hops up.
Just hold on to his fur, he won't mind.
This, tonight could be a horrible thing. Like, this kid could actually be like, I don't know, a demon or something that's gonna lure us out in the woods and kill us.
Thomas, that is
Yeah,
exactly
if we survive this encounter, Corvo, I'm going to interrogate you.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, because you are clearly compromised, buddy.
Yeah.
But
from
If
from
this
behind,
is
I wanna.
actually just a little girl in the woods, I don't know, man. Like, man, remember when like life was like that?
Well, what kind of aura does she have?
Not
She
evil.
doesn't have an aura.
She has a menacing aura.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a menacing-
Manachin aura.
So the menacing aura, by the way, it's not something you can place. It's not like she's not doing anything menacing. She doesn't.
She just doesn't belong here.
She would no. It's not even that, right? That's a separate like instinctual thing. There's like a. It's like you can feel primal malice around this girl, and she's just, just a little girl.
So, like emanating from her, or just surrounding her, or is that just too
Yeah.
vague?
It's hard to tell, but like I'm trying to think of like a good example.
It's like the LaCroix equivalent of malice. Like there's a hint of it, but we can't really identify the
No,
source.
it's more than a hint, right?
It's
It's
like
just
a Topo
she's
Chico
not
found.
she's not doing anything that looks malicious or threatening. But there's
Just
just
someone on the other side of the room is shouting malice.
Evil, evil, evil.
it's like it feels almost like you're being hunted by some sort of unseen predator. But it feels like the little girl is the unseen predator. But she's just being a little girl.
Does Drew react any strange way to her?
No, Drew seems chill. The little girl.
This is how we find out that Leslie recycled Dranacuic.
But I assume you guys are heading towards the forest.
Just to make sure, did you guys bring your gear?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I just wanted to have it on record that you guys brought your gear.
I've always got that thing on me.
Leslie would never do that to us.
Yeah, that seems a little ridiculous. To not leave with gear, especially with where you're going.
Yeah, is she guiding us, or is
Where we are.
She's on the dog. Like,
Yeah,
Corvo's
I'm probably
in the way.
guiding you guys, but neither of us actually know anything about this place, as it's again a brand new forest.
Oh man, you think there's gonna be any shiny rocks there?
Yes.
Look, is this an incredibly dangerous situation? Yes. But is this also just exploring something new? Yeah, that's our job.
So yes. Yes,
Hey.
this is our job.
We could also be helping a little girl lost in the woods.
Oh,
Val.
please. Oh, please.
I'm glad you're all coming around.
To be fair,
I think-
Corvo found her outside the cave.
Oh, see, Val never got that piece of information.
Yeah. And then they
I-
walked towards the woods afterwards. Just so that everyone's on the same page, even if your
Well.
characters aren't.
Let's see where it leads.
So Corvo, I assume, leads you guys to the edge of the woods, at which point she actually will dismount she'll just dismount Drew, and she does like a little run to the edge of the tree line, and she points into the forest and turns back and says, "See?" And you guys all see this. It is darker in the forest than out of the forest, as you might imagine, just because trees offer shade. But inside the forest, you see these little stationary lights here and there that have pockets of brightness.
Oh, between Corvo and I assume we're picking and pressing like the flowers that we don't recognize for records.
Yeah, sure, if you want.
I have chalk drawings of them, and I've been taking
I will-
flowers and pressing them between my book pages.
I will pull out a separate book specifically for pressed specimen.
But Anne seems very keen to going deeper into the forest.
Who wouldn't be?
Yeah, she's probably leading the group at this point because she's running up ahead. She'll find like a bush with these like weirdly shaped fruits on them of some sort. She won't pick anything that is like she basically only picks flowers. It doesn't seem like she's too interested in anything that would be edible as much as she just cares about aesthetic things.
Are there any shiny rocks?
Give me I guess this would be either a perception or a survival.
Knowledge rock.
I mean, that would be what, dungeoneering?
No appraise?
Yeah, I do have a dungeon. I do have a very strong dungeoneering.
Yeah, sure. Give me a dungeoneering. So you
Looking up.
find what seems to be like a boulder that has like a vein of light going through it. And it seems like whatever energy brought this forest into being is suffusing the very earth itself as well.
Let's see. Could I actually, like, using my mason tools, could I, like, break off a chunk of that rock for documentation?
Absolutely. Yeah. That's not it. That's not even a roll. That's you come from a line of mason workers. Like that's
So,
trivial for Val.
so any like parts that looked interesting,
Like you can
parts that
break out like a cube out of this boulder that has a vein running through the middle of it.
excellent.
It basically looks like a D6, but instead of having any faces, 4 of the sides have basically like a layer of slightly luminescent crystal.
Excellent.
What you gonna name it, Val? You discovered it.
I don't know yet. What do you think, Anne?
Raziite.
Stop yourself.
Give me a diplomacy check, Raz.
Hell yeah.
Probably
Let's
Razatite.
see.
Is it magnetic?
She picks up what's happening here, and she looks at Val and gives like this sly little grin, this razzy eye.
Val looks so disappointed in Anne.
She giggles and runs a little deeper, and she's enamored by a tree at this point that has a similar vein of slightly luminescent, like amber running through it. She oohs and ahs and continues forward. Let me get a quick. Who's probably closest to the forefront? Because I know Corvo and Sophia are pressing flowers.
I'm
Right.
the shield, so I
The
would
rock
probably.
thing probably took me some time.
Yeah, so it's probably Razzie.
Yeah, I like to be in the front.
Okay, give me a quick survival check. Or
Alrighty.
knowledge nature, either one.
I would prefer that.
Okay. You notice that the forest gets a little more, I guess, hazardous the further in you go. Not like it's not like crazy, but you notice that the more you go deeper, there are these thorns become a more prominent feature on these plants. There is a higher frequency of thorned plants.
Thorn into plants.
Thorned plants.
Oh, thorn ended. Okay, gotcha. So it's like it's
Plants
becoming
with
more hostile environment.
it's not, I don't know about hostile, but definitely more defensive.
Yeah, I'll point that out to Corvo. Anyone else in the front?
Yeah, Corvo and Sophia, as they catch up, would be very aware of this, considering they're trying to avoid thorns to pick some of these flowers and herbs.
Yeah, the thorns are getting to be a real headache.
Well, Val finishes up with the rock that is unnamed as of yet. She kind of heads back to the front. We are, clearly in someone's territory.
Real quick, are virtual dice disabled?
I don't think so.
Where do you enable them?
Give me a second. I might have. Reload application. I turned off Dice So Nice, which is where the virtual
Gotcha.
dice come from. I killed all
Yeah,
the
not a
modules
big
because I was
deal.
trying
I
to
just
figure out
like
what was
seeing it.
wrong. Yeah, I agree. Alright, try it again when it loads. Actually, I just realized I need to do this because you guys have.
It's working.
Get it out of the way.
It didn't crack the screen or play the sad trombone.
It
I
did.
got sad
I
trombone.
heard the
Yeah.
trombone. Yeah.
Then I need to reload.
So as you guys continue further, let me think here. Val's probably the next closest one paying attention. Give me a quick perception check, Val.
Sure. Yeah. She's been really wary since we came in here. She even said, you know, we are clearly in something's domain. All right, I got a +7. Oh yeah, she's
Nice.
paying attention for once.
Yeah, your progress through the forest feels really easy. It feels like even just looking at the direction you're going, when you look at the direction you came from, it feels like it's just easier to go forward than it is to go backwards.
Piggybacking on like, would be a leap for her to think that like we're being led.
You can think whatever you want.
Yeah.
That would be a sense motive.
I'd like to sense motive the trees.
And
Val
at
doesn't
least,
know.
right?
Val's not in her element right now.
Right? I can only sense motive rocks.
Dude, she literally asked us to follow her.
Yeah, that's a pretty big gift.
No,
Being
she
led.
didn't.
Corvo did.
So Anne seems a little frustrated because the more, like, since you guys have proceeded, the frequency at which you're finding, like, pretty flowers has gone down.
It's just scary thorns now.
Yeah, and she doesn't want anything to do with the scary thorns, so she's just proceeding down the path of least resistance, avoiding thorns. So her pace is picking up. Because she is looking for the next flower.
Corvo, keep a close eye on her, and you know, just in case she's not a demon that wants to eat us, keep her safe.
Oh, certainly.
No, I mean, something's about to happen.
You hear the music too, huh?
Well, if something is happening, it won't
mean,
happen to her.
Come on, guys. This is too easy.
You guys hear Anne eep from the distance, like up ahead of you guys. And she
I'll rush
broke in
over.
line of sight.
Alright, draw the sword.
Yeah, Val guns it.
Off we go.
So as you guys rush forward to find Anne, it seems like she's fallen on her butt, and in front of her is this like a thorn bush that she probably didn't notice, ran into and fell back. Across from the, like, over the thorn bush, well, It's about waist high, the thorn bush. Across from the thorn bush, though, is a clearing. In the middle of the clearing, you see Jalupo sitting on a throne of thorns. The clearing, there's actually no trees, so it has a clear view of the night sky, and the moon is hanging directly above you.
We came in here during the morning, correct?
No, it was night.
The ground is covered with lush purple grass. And it's not quite as long as the grass that was outside of the forest. It's a medium length. And all the grass seems to lean and point towards the middle of the clearing.
I'm sorry, but who is Jalupo?
Oh, hold on. Forgot.
The Fae that was expelled from the first world for being too cruel.
There we go.
The guy we ran from
This guy.
a couple sessions ago.
You know what? This is right up his alley.
There you go,
Oh,
Val.
Environment.
This is where Jalupo left to after he got his ass kicked by Zagmon.
Oh wow, he is like Bloodborne kitted out.
Yeah, Val's just kind of staring at him. You know he knows we're here, right?
I'm going to cut some of the grass that's in front of us.
Some of the what?
The grass.
Oh, there's a little barrier of a thorn, like a thorn hedge, basically, that encircles the clearing. But as you approach, you hear a voice ring out, and it's almost like the voice is synthesized from a morose violin. It says, "Be welcome, mortals," and the thorn bush parts inward, as if in reverence to you. Continues, "Pray thee forgive mine previous aggressions. I know not whether confusion or misplaced anger bears most blame. Alas, formal introductions are in order. Though it
What
can-
is? I'm
Oh,
sorry,
go
go on. I was gonna ask, what is Anne's reaction to the seeing this person? Is she surprised or frightened, or is this just
She
part of it?
she doesn't seem like she's totally paying attention, and she has like she's putting on like a strong face and trying not to well up with tears, and she has her hand out and there's like a little thorn in her finger. But the voice continues and says, "Though it may be confusing, I hail from another world, specifically the Feywild, a semi-permanent within the first world. If it pleases, you may refer to me as Shadow, the mantle I bear, bore, I suppose."
Val kind of curses under her breath. It's a bad time to not have Nihilus.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, his arms are thorns. I see that.
He knows we're here. Someone's got to talk to him. Good.
I'll approach, and you may call me Chronicler. I guess friendly sense motive. No names.
Just fucking cut me off. Just start walking towards Jalupo. Trying to get an idea of who's going to come with us.
I'm trying to impart the idea that we should not give real names here.
Oh, gotcha.
Before we do anything, I'm gonna help Anne up and hit her with a lay on hands as I do to heal her wounds, her scratches.
Okay.
Hey.
She obviously feels better and is much more attentive now, and she sees this clearing, and she's gonna walk up to at least where Sophia's at.
And I will defer to Captain.
Captain will, excuse me, I'm coughing, kind of signal for Corvo to get a hold of Anne. One sec. Oh, swallowed something bad.
Oh no. Is that man okay?
Is how I die.
Captain needs her smokes.
Captain Fowl
You can
lights up a
refer to me as
cigar,
the captain.
and that's when it all went bad. Just a tryst in the Fey world.
She kind of motions for Corvo to get a hold of Anne. Keep her back.
Well, yeah, I'll take Anne's hand and kind of usher her towards the back.
And she'll
She
introduce
points
herself.
while being ushered away. She's pointing at Jalupo, and you just hear her, but
What is it, Anne?
she doesn't even know how to express what she's trying to say. She just looks at Jalupo and looks at you and is still pointing.
We're all gonna fucking die.
It's obvious that this is the coolest thing she's seen in a while.
Val will introduce herself as captain. Since we're all going by our stations here, apparently.
Now look, Anne, it wasn't since yesterday that man tried to kill us.
Whew, I want to speak, but
Speak?
I'm trying. Actively making an attempt to. Okay. Before they get into business, Val prefaces by stating, "This forest is unlike anything I've ever seen before. I take it this is your doing?"
There's a weighty pause, and Jalupo's form seems to rest in this throne of thorns, almost as if consigned to. And he says, "The land cries out to me, and mine own essence has answered the call. Were I to abandon this place, it would surely die. Till this moment, I would never purport to understand the mantle of Sire. Though the weight is excruciating, for reasons I cannot explain, to shirk it would be unconscionable."
I'm sorry, could you repeat that for me?
He said mantle of sire, Val.
No, I was asking that out of character.
Okay. Here, if you want, he said, "The land cries out to me, and mine own essence has answered the call. Were I to abandon this place, it would surely die. Till this moment, I would never purport to understand the mantle of Sire. The weight, though the weight is excruciating, for reasons I cannot explain, to shirk it would be unconscionable."
There's like a flicker of understanding in Val's eyes.
Jalupo finally knows what it feels like to be a daddy.
When you say the land crying out, you mean how... sorry. Everything around us has been corrupted and rotten. The closer we get to that giant pearl, the worse the land gets. That's what you mean, right? Out of character, all this stuff Like, this came from what used to be, like, one of the Deadlands, pretty much. Like, on the map, you see...
It would be the purple forest.
Yeah.
Says, forgive me, mine own knowledge of this world is lacking. The pearl with which you speak is unknown to me. But whatever has anguished the land in such way, my essence must answer its call for sustenance forthwith.
Oh, this is awkward. I don't know what the hell to think about this now.
The important thing is that he's not trying to kill us.
No, and I can't bring myself to hate anyone that cares about nature this much.
Nature of itself is of no high import to me. Only contrast.
What do you mean, contrast?
There is only beauty in contrast. A portrait of a rose on a red canvas would rob the rose of vividness. This is the role of shadow, to provide the black canvas by which the rose may become bright. Mine is a world flourishing and whimsy by its nature. For such wonder to be truly appreciated, there must be contrast. Mine mantle is to become all that is shadow. I am darkness, so that brightness may be vivid. I am despair, so that hope may be vivid. I am death, so that life may be vivid.
That
Yeah.
hit Val.
So in the
That
land
left
of
an
Being
impact.
archetype?
So in the land of the dead, you become life itself.
Nay. The land simply cries out, mine own essence answers the call. But in your world, mine mantle is not one of contrast.
And it is.
It may be difficult for us to understand. It's a concept that...
I get what you're saying. You need ugliness in the world to see the beauty in the world, but there is already ugliness in the world. Why propagate it intentionally?
In
I
your
think what he's
world,
suggesting is that
yes.
he is the propagating.
Your world is not wont for despair.
Oh, you've been here a day and you figured that out.
What is it you are trying to deliver to our world?
My sole purpose is that of contrast.
And what is our world like?
Real quick. Never mind, keep going.
Mr. Shadow, what is it that you could tell us about this title of sire? This isn't a usual title here in the material.
My limited understanding of the title and mantle of sire is one of propagation.
Have you met any other sires?
As shadow, there is only one sire. There is always one sire, as there is always one shadow. These things cannot be changed.
That doesn't sound very chaotic. That sounds very orderly.
Does he appear orderly? Does he have that air about him?
Oh no, he is chaotic evil.
Yeah.
If chaotic evil had a face,
But even chaotic evil has a purpose.
Yeah. No order here, Val. Don't let him fool you.
Well, I won't lie. He certainly got me on the back foot on this one.
Says, I do not mean to befuddle. My kind is alien to you.
We've been over there. Well, I haven't. They have.
Yeah, Lake Time was a hell of an event. But also, we can't pretend like we, know how that world is from the little time we spent there.
Alas, none, no mortal may come to full understanding of my world. My kind do not know time as mortals do. As such, we do not die. Indeed, were it tangible to be measured, many may even be considered elder to your world. Our nature is all but unchanging after creation. My prior interactions with mortals would have me suspect you think these things a boon.
there certainly are some things we think of you.
Now, to your credit, we do call your world the first world. So, Jalupo, now that you're here, and now that we're here, what are your intentions? I understand that you have to be the shadow. I get that. In the long term, though, what do you want?
A forest just popping up out of nowhere on the material plane. People are going to ask a lot of questions.
People are going to be
Us,
scared.
we're people.
Would be folly of me to pretend I have any plans for what has happened before us. But this can be said surely. I cannot forsake the life that I have given to this land. I will remain here evermore.
So you would be this forest steward.
I don't. Nay, I shan't move from this spot. Any movement would cause something on the edge to perish.
Might need to elaborate on that a little bit.
He's referring to the plant life, Razzie.
Is he?
I see.
No.
As he moves, the plants die and sprout. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Shadow.
Are you talking about the plant life? Because it sounds to me like you felt something here that you had to keep alive.
The forest.
The forest was already dead when we got here.
Right. This forest, the one that we walk in right now.
Val starts holding her head. She's doing a think. She's doing her best.
Yeah.
In but his brief moments of unconsciousness, it was enough time for this forest to grow. Now, having been unconscious long enough to create this forest, he's trapped here.
This forest is of my essence.
Okay. Taps her head a bit. She looks to Sophia. Oi, Chronicler,
Yes.
what's the precedent for this?
Yeah, we put it to the map.
Yeah,
Well,
we put it on the map.
please, that's already done.
I record it, and we let command take care of it.
Okay. I have a weird thought. And you might hate me for this one.
One,
I mean, it's a big one. We should see if we can ally with him.
My apologies, Commander. I'm afraid my predicament would lend me a little aid to you.
well, you're wrong, kiddo.
Yeah, that's where you're way wrong. In fact, you'd be extremely helpful to us. I mean, you noticed it already that this world sucks. Things are dying everywhere. Nobody's traveling on the road. Leaving towns is terrifying for people. Now, personally, I find that very objectionable. So it's been a personal goal of mine to, well, find people of power and make connections. Bring some safety back to the roads so people can maybe get back to exploring.
Are you suggesting building a town around the forest?
No, I'm not suggesting building a town around the forest, but I am suggesting roads around the forest. Maintained roads. Maintain roads that people come and help make sure that this forest stays safe. I mean, Jalupo's strong, right? Yeah, he's trapped there right now, but push comes to shove. Look, I know that this sounds really stupid, but we can't just keep, like... I've thought about this for a while. What changes have actually been made since, our people started exploring?
Is that out of character?
No, that's
You're
in
asking that?
character. Like, this is a big thing for Val. Like,
I'm not sure I follow, Commander.
she felt trapped growing up.
Because we were all confined to cities for all our lives.
Yeah. We can't go out on the open roads. There's portals and undead everywhere. There's
And just imagine trying to cross the sea.
I shan't.
life shouldn't be hell to live in. So yeah, I'm definitely reaching way higher than I should be here. Going over some paperwork, I guess, but just exploring isn't enough. I mean, hell, they're using us as political spies.
My point, Val, is what do you want us here and now to do? Because
Establish-
we're not equipped to build roads.
No, establish a relationship though.
Well, certainly,
We could
but
I don't know how to explain it. It's just we can't just leave this here.
Lord Shadow, would you care for visitors?
Provided they could respect the forest, of course.
The whole of my being is only concerned with the forest. I do feel some remorse about unjustly causing you some grief. So, within reason, whatever I could do to help.
Look at that. And he wants to make up for trying to kill us.
So, Captain, an experiment perhaps? Bring seeds for fruit bearing plants and see how they thrive in the forest. If this could become a bounty of edible foods for the people.
Or hell, even just I take stability in this area. I mean, it pushed back the rot.
Pray tell. Stability?
I don't think you'd be able to understand. I'm sorry. Just like how you said that, you're alien to us, there's some concepts that I don't think you could fundamentally get. Some of us were born and we die inside the same walls.
Other than select cities protected by the divine, portals to all manner of realms open seemingly at random.
People live in terror, and they live this. Most of us live our entire lives never seeing what's outside of our own cities. Immigrating is terrifying. Being out on the roads for a day for a normal person is like a death sentence.
And so there is no contrast.
Present company included.
You can tell. It looks like, it looks like Chalupo is like processing something while you guys are talking. And he says, this instability, in part, stems from cross-world abrasions.
As in the portals?
Yeah. Yes.
I see. If it would seem agreeable, might that I devote some of my essence, that all within my influence, shall not be encroached upon.
Val looks like she just got hit by a sledgehammer.
How would that work exactly?
Sophia is scribbling furiously.
We could see about having people around to protect the forest. We'd make sure that no one hurt this forest.
There's a single, like, star and bit of night sky that seems to roll down Jalupo's mask from one of the eye sockets. And says, "Pray never consider your mortality a curse. Many mortals seeketh to cast off mortality, thinking it shackles, without understanding what they forfeit. Ever-changing as my world may seem to those of limited perception, 'tis but a never-ending cycle of manifold possibility. Contrast. There is only beauty in contrast. My time grows short." And Anne is like pulling on Corvo's hand. She wants to get closer to see this thing that's happening.
Your time grows short. Are you okay? Do you need help?
Mind Fate is...
I'll let Anne get a little closer without, like, letting her go.
Okay. Mind Fate is one that is all but sealed. The mantle I bear now is far too heavy, but I shan't shirk it. And Jalupo notices Anne trying to muscle her way to the front. He says, "Young one, within your power, you can become contrast in this world." And he extends a hand, and before Anne grows kind of curved and then stands up and blossoms with a thorny stem, a jet black rose that kind of fans all its flowers outward. And she picks it, and as she does, Jalupo's form rises a bit, and the thorny throne reaches up with him, and the dark shadow seems to bathe over the thorns as they reach towards the moon and solidify into a trunk covered in thorns as branches and jet black leaves stretch out over the clearing. You can still see the moon above, doesn't quite cover the entirety of the clearing, and these little bioluminescent fruits that almost look like stars begin to form, sort of like teardrops on some of the branches. And there's one, almost like a weak, just a weak couple of words that are almost indistinguishable, but the one that pokes out is contrast.
So, just to make sure I'm on the same page here, Chalupa's fucking gone, right?
Yeah, he turned into a tree.
He turned into a tree.
Yeah, well, would you look at that?
That was certainly something.
It's an awfully pretty flower you've got there, Anne. You should take good care of it.
I'll say a prayer to Callista. Sounds like she would have liked this guy.
Anne seems a little confused about the flower. She seems excited about the flower, but she doesn't. It's obviously she isn't quite able to process what's happening. But she holds the flower tight and looks up into the branches and is just in awe of the star-like fruits.
Val is like, she's not looking at the group right now. She's just looking up at the tree. And she says, "Hey, Chronicler, when we get back to camp, we need to talk about the mission."
Uh-huh.
I think something a lot better just popped up.
Yeah.
Do you guys realize what just happened here?
Is this worth...
This is worth everything.
Well, he was already a little bit tree-like when we got here.
Razzie, do you not
Should
understand what he's doing?
Should we defer our other task for this?
Do we have any other way of getting in touch with Command?
Do I have any other way?
Yes, you do. It's sort of a break glass thing, but yeah.
Sort of a what thing?
Break glass.
In case of emergency, break glass.
I don't know what kind of tools you chroniclers have. You know, Dina was really secretive about that shit. But
Yeah, it's
do
part of
we
the
have
NPC.
any way of getting in touch with them? Because they need to be here yesterday.
I mean, it's a little anomalous, but it's just a tree, yeah? Is it gonna spread?
This region is now portal free.
Well, that's good news. How is that gonna stop our current mission?
Like,
There is, for the first time in hundreds of years, there is now a safe place to build another town.
don't you
Fair.
get it? People don't have to hide anymore.
Well, here.
Yeah, that's a bit drastic to say. No hiding at all.
But it's a start.
It is a start. That's just so.
It's the first step, and we haven't even taken that step yet. I mean, I'm talking about building something new, not living with the old.
I look forward to that.
She seems like she's frustrated with your response to this.
I'm not really trying to settle down, you know? I mean, it's great, and hopefully something bigger and badder doesn't come along to ruin it, but you know, we're still walking around with this little girl covered in malice, and is she still covered in malice, or was that connected to this?
No, she's still got that aura of like.
Contrast.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, getting in the woods isn't gonna get us out of the woods.
And maybe I'm getting ahead of myself here, okay? But sorry, I just saw Hope for the first time, and its name was fucking Jalupo.
I have hope every
And
day.
it tried to kill us yesterday.
Can't stress that enough.
Contrast. No, that's.
No, contrast!
Yeah, that's.
Actual unironic contrast. Look, I'm gonna be real with you, okay? Jalupo could have tried to kill us yesterday,
He did.
but yes, he did.
He absolutely did try to kill us yesterday.
But if this land is actually portal free, then Jalupo is a saint as far as I'm concerned.
A chaotic evil saint.
I mean, if he can't move, he's trapped in the tree forever, then who's to tell him otherwise?
Look, Jalupo knows what he's about. Now,
If
from an out of
he
character,
can't commit new evil acts, is he really that evil?
from an out of character perspective, because I don't think I understood like why Jalupo settled down like he did. Was it from injuries or?
I think he just adapted to this world. He said he was always contrast, so he just had to understand this world, right?
So Jalupo, this forest, and the grass around the forest, all only survives this place because Jalupo's very essence,
Is fueling it.
is fueling it, yeah. And he considers him moving at all and killing like a few blades of grass that came from himself to be not an option,
Child murder.
basically. So the
Oh,
him
he
turning into a
created
tree-
something beautiful and he was proud of it.
Yeah, basically. You can
We'll pin it up to the fridge.
It's probably a good guess this is the first time something has been created by Jalupo.
I hope he knew how much Val appreciated it.
This magic
I mean,
operation.
you made him cry.
I was right. He was unconscious long enough for the forest to sprout up.
Something like that. He was
Something like that.
immobile long enough.
Yeah.
So that
Okay,
would have
so we have-
happened whether we fought him or whether it was
Or
a demon.
Zagmon, yeah. If you guys would have fought him, the forest would have been sprouting while you were fighting him.
Look at this dude. We could have taken him.
Objective survive Jalupo. Eventually he'll just
Doing
stop
something
moving.
Beautiful today.
Okay, all right. We got a lot of things that just happened.
Everyone take a moment to level up.
This
Yeah,
changes
and-
some things.
Well, Captain, I cannot stress this enough. The guy radiated chaos and evil. What if he changes his mind?
I don't think he
I
gets
don't
his
see
wish
that
now.
happening, Saki.
He cannot.
But you also have
Uh-huh.
to understand that he's chaotic against this world's baseline, which is a chaotic world. So that kind of
Okay,
shifts him upwards.
let's
doesn't it?
stop trying to reason philosophy with beings that we don't fully understand, okay? You can't tell me that you didn't see that guy feel something for this place.
Sure. But one doesn't radiate that kind of energy if they haven't done bad things in the past.
And people can't change?
Not saying that. I'm just saying. Possible he won't.
I don't think he did change. I think he was honest when he said his essence was to be contrast.
Yeah, and he may change in the future.
Yeah, if this world does flourish and become beautiful once again, I could see him being a pretty big force to reckon with.
Right, and in order to become something other than contrast, that would be an act of redefinition of self. He would no longer be the same Jalupo.
Him doing that right now, if I'm understanding this right, and believe me, I have worked my brain a lot harder than I am used to doing today. He's fulfilling his purpose right now as the Shadow. From out of character perspective, it's like a robot being tricked into some logic bullshit.
I'm trying to think of what role. So I'm trying. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I'd like to see if Val can.
Yeah. So
It's like
you can. There's a few roles you can do to try to piece this together, right? Depending on which angle you want to go at it. You can try to do a sense motive, to get like a feel for what Jalupo might have been going for, right? If you want to give me like a linguistics to try to piece together his
what he said.
what he said, because he uses that weird way of speech.
It sounded to me like
Passive voice.
it was programmed,
instead of
like he was
active.
giving program responses.
Like there's linguistics.
Okay. Give me knowledge, either nature or planes, as well.
They're both the same. Ugh.
That's good enough.
Okay.
You did, because there's some bonuses here and some DC changes a little bit. So Sophia, you were paying very good attention, as you better with your role as the chronicler. Jalupo specifically made mention of not understanding the mantle of Sire until today, basically. You think that, and he also made mention that you can call him Shadow because it's the mantle he bears, but he corrected himself and said Boar.
He is no longer Shadow, he is now the sire of this region.
I mean, he can consider himself that, and that's probably what you get, right? Because you guys were told by Sire that Jalupo was exiled. So
And he's now in a power vacuum.
well, he's not. He's obviously not Shadow anymore because he's been kicked out of the club, basically. And if he's not Shadow, what's he gonna be? And then, so he's battling with that identity crisis on his own. And then on top of that, he feels this innate connection to all this stuff that's sort of killing him, but he's producing life out of it. And his highest value is that of beauty, which he considers to come through contrast, which he's providing for this place.
Makes sense to me.
And so when Val said, they would protect it, that's all he fucking needed.
Yeah, basically. He was like, basically what Val said was like, so basically Jalupa was like, I just had a bunch of kids I wasn't expecting, and I know what it is to be a parent now. And
I'm working 4 jobs right now to keep them all alive.
Yeah, he's like, the only thing I want now is for my children to survive. And Val was like, we will protect these children.
Fuck, I accidentally nailed it.
Yeah.
Now you're a mom, Val.
No, don't even. Don't make it weird.
And with that emphasis, whatever I send back I will ensure to pass that verbiage explicitly back to command.
Yeah, your break glass talk to command is not something you're probably going to do in front of the party.
Yeah, no, I expect that, but just for the record, when I send word back, I am being more detailed than normal.
Yeah.
About this.
And I guess specifically, what are you trying to relay back anyway?
The cover page with the Spark Notes would indicate new stable region for population or for development for population with caveats.
Okay.
And include, do not hurt the forest. And then of course
that's like
following that would be like the 19-page description of everything that happened.
I suppose the intent would be, we could have people out here developing the place with the intention of keeping the forest safe and also expanding from here, pretty much. But they'd have to understand you cannot.
The forest is off limits.
Yeah, she uses terms like lateral integration and synergy.
Right, so no wood should be sourced from this forest. I'd assume gathering fruits is fine. Bring various plants for testing, cultivate. See if you drop an apple seed in the ground out in the grass, do we get a giant apple tree, or does it become a man-eating plant? That kind of thing.
It's unexplored territory. Like,
yeah, do we get weird, shadowy purple apples?
So, Corvo, since you still have Anne,
I do.
She tugs on your hand and just points at the star fruits.
I'll pick one for her.
They're a little high.
Oh.
Yeah, they're probably like 16 feet off the ground. Jalupa's a real big tree right now.
Okay, cool. I'll make you
up. You want a fruit?
Yeah, let's get her a fruit.
She nods excitedly.
It's my time to shine!
Val chops the tree down.
No.
Long arm is personal. Okay, so I would not be able to do that without enlarged person.
Let's see. What's a high jump again?
Have 3 spells just to show up Val.
No,
Send
I
me-
could enlarge person and long arm to reach
By
20
the
feet.
way,
Yeah.
you're
Or sorry,
not
15 feet.
acrobaticsing 16 feet in the air.
Yeah, it's a rough one.
Yeah,
It's
no.
like it's they roll the acrobatics and then it's like a fourth of whatever the check is for vertical leap.
But I could climb Jalupo.
He has
Saki, does Saki have a spare enlarged person?
Yeah, I'm pushing it onto someone.
Presses.
Okay,
Make the
yeah, hit
force
me.
save. I dare
Hit
you.
me.
Okay. It's cast.
Okay,
Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and long arm.
which is like the extendo mechanical
Yeah,
thing.
the extendo mechanical arms. Yeah,
So you
and
reach
that
up,
gives me.
you reach up and pluck one of these fruits. And when you bring it down to to look at it, it's sort of like a cherry, but it's more angular, and the core of it is like this intense white light that gets kind of dulled by the mostly transparent fruit meat.
Want to grab a few for us? We can all eat from Jalupo's bounty.
What do you think Nihilus is gonna say about this?
We can save one for him.
Yeah, let's save one for him.
I mean,
Here,
So-
Nihilus, the blood of your enemies.
I'll open my handy haversack for you to deposit the fruits into.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I will pick some. I will not pick all, but I will pick some.
yeah, there's a good amount up there.
So, before we go back to camp,
How
Val's
people
gonna-
picking, Sophia?
Hmm?
How many? Picking?
How many people do we have here?
5, right? And then 6 if you count Anne, I think.
I'll pick like 10, assuming that's not too many.
Like, is Jalupo bountiful?
Yeah, quite. When you look
Okay.
up at the undercarriage of Jalupo's branches, it is pretty indistinguishable from the night sky because all his leaves are like pitch black.
Like, it's Raziite like.
No, actually, the Raziite has like a blue tone, and these are white. Like the fruits are a white light.
So I'll hand one to Anne, of course. One to each. One in the bag for Nihilus, and I guess any extras will also go in the bag.
Some of these are gonna have to. Some of those extras are gonna have to go to research.
Yeah, that's the point.
Oh, this is probably like the most on mission the new guys have seen Val. She is focused.
When no longer enlarged and long-armed, I will, sketch. Or I could have Corvo do that.
Yeah, get as much information as you need. I can watch Anne. Corvo, if you wanna get a sketch of the tree.
I'm trying to think. Razzie, give me a quick perception check.
Righty.
Hey.
Hey.
Damn. Yeah, I figured this would be how that went. So you can perceive like a low roar. It's a very, very distant. You think it's miles away. Minimum. But there's like some sort of bestial cry.
I'll stop and turn and ask if anyone else heard that.
You're
Heard
busy
what?
drawing the tree.
It was like a animal, like a shriek or a cry.
It sounded like you can imagine it probably sounded like something between. 20 will get it too. It's something between like an eagle cry and a lion roar, if you blend them together, and it's kind of downshifted and like a bunch of octaves because of how far away it is.
It was far away, but it was strange.
Yeah,
Actually,
that sounded.
Raz,
Right.
give me a sense motive too.
Well,
I was
Yeah,
gonna-
we haven't yet encountered any fauna in the Jalupa wood.
not as good.
Okay, that's fine.
Was it described to the rest of the party as eagle/lion?
I described it as a shriek. I think that's probably what an eagle would sound like. I didn't
Yeah,
use the specific words like a
A
lion or
shroar?
A
It sounded
shroar.
unnatural.
Can't imagine I've interacted with many lions, so I don't really, Yeah, I'll try to imitate it if that helps.
Go for it. Go ahead and give me your best eagle/lion.
I am sure it will entertain Anne at least.
Let's see, just a baseline perform.
Oh, I thought you were.
No. You, the person.
Yeah, you do it.
Oh, let's see.
That was fantastic. That was so much better than I could have hoped for.
Yeah, it's that but downshifted a few times.
That hurt.
Okay, is that enough of a description to knowledge
Please,
nature?
let that be good enough. He deserves it.
Yeah, sure. Give me a knowledge check.
It-
No, not for this. This is too. Like,
two
We're too
third, fourth,
esoteric
fifth
now.
hand.
yeah. There's a lot of things that sound similar to this, right? But
It could be a fox for all I know.
you know what? Actually, there are, if I'm not mistaken, under the Archveridin, there is. Let me double check, make sure I'm not insane. Oh, carry on. You know what? I'll double check. I need to double check.
Like Griffin, Chimera.
I believe it's. I think there are griffins that live under the Archveridin. They're kind of like a pest, sort of.
Fuck. Like the bats in Texas.
Yeah.
They call them flying rats.
Do griffins come to mind at all in this discussion?
I mean, that's the closest thing that makes sense here is a griffin.
Okay, do it.
But you don't normally hear, like he said, I mean, they're usually not loud enough to be heard for great distance.
I can't guarantee I've heard a griffin.
Yeah. Should we just get back to camp?
Yeah, we got a lot to discuss, and we have a big report to write up.
And I'd also like to interrogate Corvo before I finish my report.
Okay.
So eventually that contract is going to come to light.
Okay. So you guys are heading out of the forest?
Yep.
Okay.
Did we ever find out what language and signature was in?
I mean, Corvo has the thing, so nobody's looked at it but Corvo. But you guys are making your way out of the forest, and it's not very difficult. It seems like it's just as easy as going in. Anne is in very high spirits right now. She is over the moon. She's kind of she's trying to get people to chase her at this point. Like, she's high energy right now. She's cranked up. Like, she will run up to people and tag them and say tag. And then run
And it's like
towards the edge of
3
the
a.m.
forest.
What time is it?
Oh, it's late.
Early or late?
I guess technically it's early. But is anybody gonna chase her around the forest while you guys are on your way out?
Sure.
Yeah, you know what Val does. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sure
give
you
her a
tag
little
her back.
chase.
It's not very difficult to tag her back. And then she'll tag somebody and run, and she's trying to run further away, like, you know, she doesn't want to stop you guys from leaving the forest, right? So she's trying to run out of the forest, but she'll keep tagging until you guys eventually get out of the forest and she's running, you know, more in an open field. She'll tag Val and run out into the field, and like a dark, like, it looks like the night itself reaches down like a drop of oil and takes her.
Like, same as we saw before?
Yeah, like a very fast. And
Wait, when does it do that?
As soon as she tags Val, runs away from Val, like she's, you know, running away, and then the night reaches down very swiftly and just grabs her.
And we're like
Holy
outside of the
shit.
forest,
Yeah, you guys are right
Like,
at the edge of the forest when she
right at the crest.
runs away. Yeah,
Yikes.
and you can hear her laughing, right? And she lets out like a little like an excited scream as she's running away, and then you can hear the scream getting like distant really quickly, like it's the Doppler effect, you know.
Oh, she's still screaming.
I mean,
Like not dead on contact.
yeah, it's not dead on contact.
Is it terror screaming or?
I mean, she's like laughing and screaming whenever the
Yeah,
night
just like a
grabs her,
kid.
but you know, you only hear it for like a quarter second after that. It's moving
Phew.
fast.
Okay, so. All right.
So the Chihuahua just got picked up by an eagle.
All right,
A little
everyone stay
concerning,
calm.
right?
Stay calm.
Val, give me a perception check.
Yeah, she's like on.
Azotal, help us.
Yeah, no, she's not.
No, that's pretty good. You see, it's easy to see because it stands out actually. There's like a light up in the sky, and you just see it drop until it kind of disappears into the grass.
Val guns it.
You run over, and you find the little star fruit.
Well, that's not how I expected this to end.
I don't even know how to reply to this.
I mean, there was.
Give me a survival check.
You asked me. I'd be a 15 at least, but that's
Yeah.
not gonna do it.
You know unerringly, based on where you saw her get grabbed and where you found the star fruit, that she's heading north.
New mission?
Oh god, I hate being the captain. Oh fuck, can we take 10?
Yeah, sure. Hey, grab a drink anyway. Take 10, we'll
You-
be back for 9:30.
Yeah,
Ish.
okay.
Alright, be right back.
Can't just have something good happen.
No.
That he doesn't realize what a big deal this is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot micing it up.
Everybody gonna tell me not to go on a walk with a little girl in the woods. Well, Corvo's in danger. Corvo's gonna have some trouble.
Can't we have just a little bit of peril? No, it's too perilous.
No peril for you.
I return. Did I miss anything?
No, not yet. Just people struggling with forests.
Forest be wild, yo. Oh no.
Hey, 9:30.
Now I'm the one dying.
It's okay. We all die. Did you hear about the queen?
I think it's just like, what is it, just Keanu Reeves left?
Like, to not die?
At least the Highlanders.
Well, Chuck Norris is still there, right?
Yeah, but Chuck Norris is obviously aging.
Wait, what'd you call him?
He's aging.
Oh.
Like even his like Bowflex commercials nowadays, he's like kind of
Still doing this?
kind
That's
of
wild.
struggling.
Got on that 5-pound resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess he was kind of old, like 30 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, like even 30 years ago, there was the rumor that he died of old age. Good for him, though. Still kicking it with the Bowflex.
Yeah, they've got like a Bowflex that uses your body weight. It has like a little slide on it.
Oh. That sounds uncomfortable, to be honest. It's like those chairs that aren't perfectly level.
So it's a machine for you to work
He
out
gave us a W,
with your
the biggest W we've ever seen, and then
the
gave us
biggest
an L.
W.
Got a W.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he,
Yeah,
he knows he's not muted.
Getting attached to this
No one told
child.
him it's
I
great.
was getting really tired of playing a child.
Well,
Yeah, I let us like protect life. Where did this child, like, out of character, where did this child come from?
that's
Out
pretty
of
out of character.
character, what was this child?
Answer the
Yeah,
bell,
that's-
Leslie.
The
But
child's a
yeah,
who.
I thought so.
It's a person.
Because it's always happening when something attacks us.
This is the best
Well,
time.
no. It's always happening at night. It's,
I mean, the most likely
the
solution
pitch black
is
thing
that
falls out of the sky, picks something up, and runs away with it.
yeah, like the girl probably fell out of the sky originally.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what he's. I
Yeah,
thought so too when we had
that's
the
what I thought,
hybrid.
too.
And it's at that point that makes me wonder, if it is Ebony, why is she following us?
Yeah, why?
I think Well, remember, the tables were there before. Right? The other people witnessed it. We happen to be the only people.
I don't think Nathaniel knows that he got like a new headset or something, because he wasn't muting himself on Tuesday either.
I'm okay with this. This is honestly the most entertaining part, is seeing you guys come up with fanfic.
So like, she could be protecting people on the road. Yeah, but that means also there have been people swept up in the fields. So that could be add another person to the horde. Oh, it's no girls out here. That really is just giant evil griffin, and that little girl is dead as fuck. Because Leslie would be like a little girl. I mean, it's you've seen the YouTube videos where the family thinks they're that stuff, and as a mom, and
Have we been?
like it happens so quickly that everyone's just like,
What?
Have we been traveling the direction that I heard the shriek?
"What is that?"
North?
Sir, oh my god!
I mean, is north the sound of the shriek?
Is that right, Leslie?
Give me a survival check from Razzie.
What the fuck is your problem?
What?
What?
I feel like I'm in between my feet.
Yeah.
Hey,
No, he's talking about the cat. Yeah, Razzie came from the north.
are we traveling north currently?
Just survived an assassination attempt for my cat.
You were traveling north previously, but whenever you ran into
Yeah, we know.
Jolipo, you started traveling sort of eastward.
And we came out the same way we went in.
I mean, no. When you guys originally encountered Jolipo, you were traveling in whatever direction was away from Jolipo the fastest.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So when leaving the forest, did we head towards the shriek or away from it?
Towards. Because you guys ended up turning north to find a cave system.
Maybe they're connected. That loud cry I heard and whatever this is, grabbing people in the middle of the night.
Could be.
Oh, we're still missing Nathaniel.
Not
I'm right
sure.
here.
Is that everybody then?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, we'll pick it up with Val holding on to star fruit and Sans one child.
Da-da-da.
All right. So she immediately stands, looks back to the group. She points to Corvo. Corvo, get back to the camp. Get the carriages. Get everything over here right now. Razzie, go with him. Ride your dog. I don't care.
Let's go draw.
All right. That
We're
was
chasing
as,
after her.
Ephemeral as I was expecting.
What?
I said that was about as ephemeral as I was expecting it to be.
Yeah. Welcome to being on the outside. Sucks.
Leslie got really tired to find a little girl.
That's definitely not the way that I would describe it, but
But we're not letting her die. Okay. We just had a big W today. I'm not letting it turn into an L. So she claps her hands. Chop, chop.
Now, but
are
let's
these
keep in mind that
acronyms?
the sky only ever drops off living creatures, so we can't assume that she's dead.
Hold on, I need
That's-
a break here. What are you talking about?
We've never
I
seen
don't
the
know
sky
half the
drop
time.
a dead person in front of us. It's only been like a living dragon or whatever.
Why would Razzie know
Hydra.
that?
Yeah, that's fair.
Also, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Did the sky not drop the dragon or the Leviathan or the Hydra?
It dropped a Hydra. That is the only time it's dropped anything.
Yeah, after
Okay,
picking
yeah.
up the Hydra.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's not a Hydra delivery system.
Yeah. All it does
Yeah, I'm
is
saying I don't.
it takes, it doesn't give.
Yeah, historically. Well, I don't know. Is that true? Does it only take? Because it has given a Hydra.
Hey! This discussion's great, but you know what? You know what we're not doing right now?
Get in the car.
You know what we should be doing right now?
I'm on it, Captain.
Yeah, you guys see Razzie hops on Drew and, takes off.
While they're leaving, I'm going to eat the fruit and bury the pit in the grasslands.
Oh, okay.
Because we have time and
There's an orb of darkness around Sophia now.
Sophia? You still there?
yeah, I ate the fruit. Why?
Sophia, you don't
Like-
see this darkness at all.
Yeah, I don't see any problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
And
If it's relevant, I wasn't gonna mention much, but yeah, on our way back to the carriage, I'd also like to share the fruit with Razzie.
I'm probably like 4 ahead, but I'll mention. Are you with me? You go with me to the carriage.
Yeah, the both of us went together.
Okay.
I ordered the 2 fastest people I knew.
Yeah, you're offering fruit. I can use the energy.
Are you gonna eat the fruit?
if you look back, there's this tiny pearl of black just standing in the grass.
You're offering me just a whole fruit or like a slice of fruit?
I would probably have like a slice of the fruit. How big is the fruit? Like, am I handing you an apple
Everyone's
or am I
just really
handing you
eager
a
to eat
melon?
Chalupo.
There's
take a bite of
it's
slice.
like the size of a cherry.
Oh,
I
then yeah,
imagine
I'm
more
just
fruit.
handing him one.
Oh,
Or handing Razzie one.
in my head, I thought they were like the size of apples.
Nope.
I'll pop one.
Okay. Yeah, there's an orb of darkness around. You see as you hand Razzie the fruit, and she pops it. An orb of darkness is around Razzie, and I need a reflex save for Drew.
No.
Oh no, true.
Oh no! You know I don't have this ready.
Okay. Just give me your reflex save. I'm sure it's similar.
It's not. He's not an animal companion. I could get it real quick.
Oh, is it just a dog?
It's just a dog.
Yeah. Just give me a
It's been
D20.
just a dog.
I'm sure he has a reflex. Let's see.
I think like a level 1 dog is what? A
Yeah,
reflex of
+5.
3?
It just says +5 on the sheet. CR1.
Roll it then. Okay.
That's my boy.
Yeah, he comes to a stop, but he doesn't trip. And Drew seems very concerned.
What'd you give me, Corbett?
Corvo, you can hear Drew in this orb kind of whining.
But I can't see him.
No, you can't see him.
Yeah, I'll notice that you reacted to me.
Val,
No.
everyone around you keeps turning into dark orbs.
Well, they're not around me. They were on the
Oh,
road.
that's fair. Why does everyone keep turning into crabs? I mean orbs.
Okay,
then
so
react to it
you
after
gotta
it
explain
goes off.
yourself real quick. There's some new magic you just found out about that you never told me about.
It's the fruit. I don't see anything different. What changed?
Well, you're surrounded in a giant orb of darkness.
Noted. I'm going to start scribbling down side effects.
Oh fuck! Command's gonna want to weaponize this, aren't they?
I mean, they're shadow fruit, right?
They're little, like, transparent, almost fruit. They look almost sort of like crystals.
But quite literally, they're shed.
No, they have a white light emanating from the center.
Fruit made from a person named Shadow.
Oh yeah, they're fruit of shadow.
Like I said, everyone seemed really eager to eat Jalupo.
Notably, Sophia, when you ate the fruit, there is no pit.
It is gone. Okay.
BMOs.
Now we need to cut one open and see if the pit exists instead of eating it.
Are you gonna cut one open?
If I knew they were cherry sized, I would have picked many, many more. Enough to do science on. But no, we don't really have that kind of time. I will go out to the... How far to the edge of the grass?
I mean, you get. What do you mean by the edge of the grass?
Like where the grass dies.
You don't see where the grass dies. The grass goes beyond the cave.
Good job, Jalupo.
Remember, I know the character doesn't know, but when Corvo found the little girl, she was picking flowers out of a flower patch near the cave.
Where did she come from?
Yeah, where did the little girl come from?
Where did she go?
If you say Cotton-Eyed Joe...
Cotton and I?
Die.
I mean, I knew someone would finish it. My legacy would live on.
Cotton-Eye Jalupo?
No, no. Okay. So, what's Rezzy doing currently?
I've just seen that True reacted to the I'm gonna jump off and run alongside him and call that.
Okay. Yeah, you hop off and you're gonna head towards the cave then?
Yeah.
Okay. You get to the cave. Corvo, you're going with?
Yeah.
Alright. You guys get there. There's still... Both remaining people are still asleep in the cart.
I'll rouse them up, tell them that we have a new mission.
Nihilus kind of just rolls over. But Treewallen rouses. What are we doing here? What the fuck's going on?
Emergency. There's a Class K level event going on.
What? Yeah, whatever. Cool. Let's go, I guess. And like as you get close to Treewallen, the dark orb goes away.
Well, I don't know that.
Yeah, true. But you and Corvo are gonna get the cart, bring it out.
Corvo eat one?
Yeah.
Corvo ate one too? Oh no.
Yeah, were you two able to see each other while...
Well,
Well,
it's dark
bubbled.
out here.
Yes,
I didn't
actually,
know.
if they both ate the fruit, they can see each other. In fact, when you guys are coming back, Treewallen is going to go to the back of the cart because he knows you guys enjoy your magic. And Val, you see the cart approaching with a Venn diagram of darkness at the front, and Sophia, you don't notice anything wrong here.
I guess they ate the fruit too.
The horses reacting negatively to it.
The horses are confused, but they're gonna keep being horses.
But no,
If anything, they'll run away from the orbs of darkness behind them.
Oh, the orb's not big enough to like reach all the way up to the horses.
Reverse carrying on the stick. Yeah. Meet up with everyone else back at the edge of the forest.
Oh yeah, Val, without missing a beat, gets on the carriage and kind of like flails her arms wildly in front of the orbs. Get!
Yeah.
I want to do. Can I just do like a passive perception to keep an eye on the sky? Try to see if I can spy what I heard
What guy?
on the sky. See
Oh,
if I
on
can
the
spy.
sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Roll me a perception real quick.
This is for like that trek back.
Okay. Gotcha. So, Val, you're gonna shoo the two orbs of darkness to the back of the wagon, where they get too close to tree walling and their orbs go away. When you guys get near tree walling, you lose sight of Sophia.
Like just vanishes outside.
No, she
Becomes a
dark.
ball of darkness.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. What was in that fruit, Corvo?
Chalupo.
You know, yeah, I'm not really sure.
So I assume
Shadow.
you guys all hop on,
Yes.
get moving.
Yeah, get you moving immediately.
Important. How did the fruit taste? Was it good?
It wasn't ripe yet.
It tasted like the opposite of whatever we ate last.
You know what? Yeah, that's exactly what's up.
Fuck, that's
Fine,
good.
It's a literal fuck that's good moment. So yeah, give me a quick survival check just to see what kind of time you're making.
Okay.
Add a +1 for my kit.
Oh,
kit?
add a +1 of this. As Val guns it, she kind of leans back and yells at Sophia, "Hey, I know that you're not supposed to do things like this, but now would be a good time to get in touch with them."
I take it's more than like instant.
Yeah, it's basically a ritual cast of.
Yeah, I need an hour of prep time, or 10 minutes of prep time.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes, and you're not supposed to let anybody know. Like, you're not literally no one. Not even other chroniclers are you supposed to do this around.
Yeah, so, yeah, no, not until we can make camp. I cannot do this.
Out of character, is it because it's old magic?
Oh, you don't know. Never mind. So you guys are traveling along. Raz, you do notice something as you guys are trucking northward through the grasses, through the purple grass. You guys do eventually get to the edge of the purple grass, actually, where it just falls on. It dies. Like, there's a very obvious in
Sharp cutoff.
right, and it's like maybe 4 or 5 miles from the outside of the forest, and a few miles past that, Razzie sees something that catches the eye, kind of on the path that you guys are taking, and it's a little jet black flower.
On the path?
Yeah, like it's a little jet
Growing
black.
out of it or left
No,
there?
just lying there.
Dropped.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I'll point it out to Val. It looks like she passed over here.
Val will slow the cart, and she'll hop out and grab the flower.
Okay.
She's gonna look around. Oh, she'll kick the cart. Hey, anyone there good with tracking?
I've got a kit for it.
If I may, Val, if this thing is following an established road, maybe it's heading to something at the end of the road.
It's not a
That-
road.
Razzie, were you dropped in your head as a child?
Not a road. Gotcha. I could have been.
No. The crows absolutely follow the road. I've never seen a bird not follow the road.
We're not dealing with a bird here.
See, can I guess I'll give you a survival to see if I can find any other like tracks or anything like that.
Yeah, sure. Give me a quick survival.
Hey,
Oof,
these 19s.
crushed it.
You kind of know that you weren't traveling on like a perfectly northbound path, just due to the constraints of the geography, and you kind of refactor where you guys were versus where you are now, where you found the flower, and you can sort of angle more westward to correct the path. And you also, with 19 plus fucking 7, 26, you know that this cart's about to be a problem.
This cart's about to what?
It's about to be a problem.
It's about to be swamp.
Yeah, you're about to be trying to drive a cart through a swamp. It's about to
So
be
we made it to our
very-
mission objective.
Sort of. The ground gets very swampy for a while, and then you guys will eventually make it upon the tree line.
Would it be worth going further west before heading north to circumvent some of the swamp?
You don't know. You've never been this far west to begin with.
Hmm.
But you have started to notice some increased undead presence in the area. But in a cart, they're not keeping them. Especially not with solid ground.
Should we get out and walk alongside the cart? Reduce the weight, reduce the chance of getting stuck?
I don't know. I don't.
I mean, with the 26, Val knows that at some point this cart will be down to the axles in mud.
Honestly, it's better if we just.
Like,
We need to find a place to park the cart.
Not high chance that you would be able to find a path, and if you did find a path, it wouldn't be it would be a
So
suboptimal path.
how much leather would it take for me to make tank treads?
Well, we're already on one bum wheel, so it might not be worth the effort.
We don't have the time for you to make tank treads.
You can't make tank treads to solve all your problems.
That's where you're wrong, kiddo.
You're gonna have to use the horses to make them. It's like selling your car for gas.
Is that not what you're supposed to do?
Then you put
It's not as economical as other choices.
put the gas in flame.
In bottles, of course.
Invest in gas.
Well, you guys dismounting, or do you want to take the cart as far as you can?
We're gonna have to dismount, find a place to park it.
I agree with that.
What's happening with the horses?
I mean, does Treewallen and Nihilus want to stay here with the cart?
Nihilus is absolutely not staying. Treewallen is 100% okay abandoning, and then trying to find his way back to civilization. He feels like he may have agreed to something he wasn't quite prepared for.
It really
Understandable. And
talents.
normally I would explain the situation to you, but we don't have that time.
Yeah, so in fact, Treewallen's still confused. He's like, why are we in such a hurry now? I don't quite understand what the
Class K level event, Treewallen.
That's not a thing, Razzie. Stop making things up.
There's a child missing.
That's an Amber Alert.
So
Amber level event.
what child? You guys didn't have a child.
We found
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, we
Parenthood has
talked to
a funny way
Jalupo.
of forcing itself onto you.
Jalupo gave you a child?
No, but the child did lead us to Jalupo inadvertently. Look, I'll give you the short version of it, okay? Corvo finds a child. Corvo follows child, and I don't know what the hell happened there. But Corvo comes and gets us. We go and check out this forest that popped up. You know, as we saw. Jalupo was there. Jalupo was dying. Jalupo was like, "Hey, protect my forest, and I'll make sure that no more portals show up in this area anymore." So I was like, "Yeah, that's a pretty good deal." So, yeah, it's a big win for us. You know that portals are a problem. We leave. Everyone's happy. We're having a great time. The fucking sky comes down and picks up this little girl that led us to Jalupo.
Treewallen visually just like gives up on trying to comprehend what's happening,
I know, it's a lot. I'm sorry.
and he turns to go in the direction you guys came from, and he can see just on like the horizon as the sun is just now starting to crest over the crest up, sunrise, some like figures that you guys would know was a bunch of undead that you guys rolled past with no problem on a cart. And he's like, I think I will stick around for a while longer.
Even though you're completely invisible to those, essentially.
Look, I haven't forgotten what I told you, okay? I still want to help you. It's just some big things happened just now. You know our situation. I'm sorry to put you through this.
Yeah,
Really,
he's reticent, but he will. He's gonna just start gathering his rucksack and stuff, lacing up his little boots.
She approaches and pats him on the shoulder. I appreciate it. Thanks. You're a good guy.
Treewallen will remember this.
Dude just wants like some fucking positive interactions. Maybe, not be treated like shit. Didn't he say his last group like fucking ditched him?
He was kind of excommunicated.
Yeah, it fucking sucks, dude. Like,
Yeah. His last group they killed a hag, I believe it was, and it death cursed him. So now he's a walking ATM.
that's so fucking unfortunate.
Yeah. And his last group, they were all pixies, and they like flying. So
He never stood a chance.
yeah, you don't want to be the pixie. It's like if you knew a guy who was like, yeah, I'm just like a walking EMP. Like no phones work near me, most cars don't work near me. It's like, all right, well, I'll see you at church.
Well, I've got a pacemaker.
Yeah, exactly.
We literally can't be friends anymore.
Yep. I'll call you. Oh, that's right.
Pen pals.
But yeah,
Kids
if you
fall
want
apart at his touch.
if you want to give me another survival check to see how you guys trek through the soon-to-be swamp. Oh, horses. Are you guys taking the horses? I'm assuming.
Yes.
All right. I mean, I figured you guys weren't just gonna leave horses for dead, basically.
Are you kidding me? That's meat.
Oh no. Okay. It probably takes. It's probably getting into the evening. If you guys are gonna push through like this, I will need fortitude saves from everyone because you guys are pushing through not having actually had a long rest.
I'm AFK for a second. I'll roll when I get back.
I got a long rest.
No, the third shift is whenever you guys went to go see Jalupo.
I took first shift.
Yeah, but you gotta get all three. You gotta get your eat. It can be broken up a little bit, but if you get up during the last shift, it's nah.
God, why is my fortitude so shit? Oh, this is bad.
It's cool. I rolled low,
Wait,
so you got
resistance on everyone
Ooh.
before.
Resistance. Resistance lasts a minute, and you're trying.
Quickly, before you roll your fortitude for the night.
Yeah, right.
I don't think they're gonna save my roll.
Guess
Let's see.
And honestly, it kind of makes sense that Val will be, fucking exhausted.
Where is? You know what? I'm looking up the wrong roll. That's why.
Why do you, a beefcake, have such a low fortitude?
I don't know. Oh yeah, it's the class. The class only gets +1.
Crazy.
I get +4 will.
Well, I mean, that's generally better.
I get +1 fort, +1 reflex, +4 will. So I get +1 reflex. I don't really need that because I've got fucking 16 decks. The will is nice considering I have 9 wisdom.
Blah blah blah. What's everybody rolled here?
I failed.
15.
Yeah, technically
What
minus
did you
one
roll?
less.
Oh, you rolled a 7. Oof, okay.
It is fortitude?
Yeah, fortitudes. Okay. And then I just need one more, but we'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, Valia, you are technically you're fatigued. The rest
Okay.
of you are still pushing just fine. You're just tired as shit.
It's been a day.
Yeah, it's been a day.
Which day is it?
Let me check. Sunday.
At least it's Sunday.
We were chased down by Jalupo, hid in a cave, almost got killed by a demon. Jalupo became Val's best friend.
It's probably evening by the time you guys find yourself at the edge of where the tree line begins. You're in a very different area than what you had been in before. You didn't see the little abandoned town. You guys came from a different direction here.
But are there any signs at all of Anne?
Not in the immediate area, but Corvo, give me a perception check.
Can do those.
You can do perception or knowledge nature, actually.
I'll do the knowledge nature.
Yeah, Corvo, you see, in the forest a little ways, some flowers that Anne had. She showed you these flowers.
Yeah, I know these flowers.
Go on.
Oh, Anne had them.
Oh, okay. All right, so we're on the right track.
Yeah, they're not like they're growing. They're just like natural, flowers. But Anne had.
Like all of these.
Yeah,
And these don't normally bloom over here.
I mean, you wouldn't know if they normally bloom over here, but she, she showed you a bunch of the flowers she had. So
These might normally bloom over here.
Think she lives around here?
Well, possibly. Assuming she wasn't deposited from the sky.
I can always leave it to you with your dry sense of humor.
I will
And-
do some reminding here as the DM, just in case it was forgotten. Actually, you know what? Carry on. Not gonna remind anybody of anything.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Nope.
A lot of things happen.
I know. I'm gonna remind the involved party, actually.
So, Nathaniel.
Let me do it the other way. So
Everyone's waiting for the involved party to be notified.
Right, exactly. Everybody's like, "Am I the involved party?"
So the flowers they're loose flowers or actually growing?
They're
Oh, but
growing.
I'll tell you what I'll do.
Okay.
We're on the edge of the forest right now, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna check for markings.
Okay. I guess either perception, survival, or I guess knowledge local would work for this too, sort of. Or if you can reason me a different one.
I can give you a local.
Yeah, sure, go for it. Because you're looking for something that's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Shady Grove.
okay.
Okay, I'm back. 19 fort save.
Okay, you're fine. You're just really tired. You do notice a marking, but it's not. Hold on.
Catch up. We reached the edge of the forest where we found some
I was
flowers
listening.
growing.
It's not quite at the
Gotcha.
edge of the forest, so that it looks like where you find the marking is like technically like 20-30 meters from the edge of the forest.
Checks out with the last one that I found.
Yeah. Do you remember what the marking's for?
They were. I can't give you specifics. My brain is fucked right now.
Was to indicate the edge of the forest, wasn't it?
Please help. Val would remember.
Something like that. It's more to mark places you've been. Right? It's like a land nav thing to stop yourself from getting super lost.
Didn't we find those near that empty town, maybe?
When you guys were near that empty town, you found one on the tree at the edge of the forest there.
Not Razzie.
Yeah, not Razzie.
Not Razzie.
Dustin's like, fine, I won't help solve the mysteries.
Val, she looks at the marking and she kind of looks around. Let's see. Oh, wait, Chronicler. Open up that big book of yours. I know you got like 50 of them. Tell me what the protocol is for these markings. She's trying to narrow down like which direct. The markings are the only hint that we have right now.
Like, do the markings indicate which direction they were traveling? when they made the mark?
It's typically you would put the markings on the outsides. If that makes sense.
As in, no, that did not make sense.
Okay. So it's if you're trying to hold on, let me get a thing. Let me do a thing. So make it make more sense. Close all this. Grab this. Is this squiggly line? Yes. Perfect. No, get that.
Like if that's a tree,
No.
and I was walking this way
You're missing
from
one.
left to right, where on the tree would I put the marker?
It's not how this. That's not the way.
Okay.
Let's say it's something that looks like this. Close enough. Whatever. And you're trying to map out this area, right? Or at least find your way through it in a discernible way. Wherever you find the edge, you put it on the outside of the edge.
Got it.
Right? You don't want to put it on the inside of whatever you're marking because then you could get turned around.
Right. No, what I meant was, do we use specific markings to indicate from here we were traveling east, or
Well, if Val can find
like if
one
you marked
more,
an E, if you marked an E on the outside of the tree as opposed to an N or a W?
No, not really, because it's always assumed that you are walking through. Right? You're not gonna walk along the edge, because if you're just walking along the edge, you're not gonna get lost. It's whenever you're trying to search an area that's uncharted, you don't want to go. I'm just gonna use this whole forest here as an example, right? This whole thing. What you don't want to happen is you walk in this way and come out this way and think you're in the same place as you started. Right? Because you're literally using a map to try to figure out where you are. So if you say, fuck it, let's go home. So to go home is this way. And then you go this way.
Right.
Yeah.
so using this marking, I could be overthinking.
Yeah.
Does it coincide with the direction that Anne went?
I mean, you have been pushing the group in the last known direction, based on where she was grabbed versus where you found the star fruit versus where you found the flower.
Right.
Yeah, so it's right in that area.
So if the hypothesis being, if I could, follow the trail.
I mean, what do you mean?
We're going to be cutting through the team's last known location while following the girl.
Yeah, like you don't have any
Seems
new
like
information. You just have basically 2 data points, and you're plotting a line through.
so. If we get one more data point, we could get a path. I think. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, an additional data point is always useful.
I mean, we know the directions that they were walking, on. So that's probably the best bet to follow. And Val will even say it. Look, it could be that I'm exhausted. I don't know. But it kind of seems like our objectives are kind of meeting up at the same spot here. And she'll thumb to the marking on the tree. Team's last known location. And also, where Anne was carried off to. That's a fucking weird coincidence.
What is protocol for how far apart those markings? How often they would make those markings?
They would only make the markings if they hit the edge of whatever
They were
trying-
searching.
whatever they're trying not to get lost in. And there's a lot of reasons for that, right? So,
You don't want to make markings in the middle of it. Sure.
right, but it's more important than that. If you find markings in the middle of something, it means that it changed.
Explain.
If suddenly
Forged.
this forest doubles in diameter, and you're walking through the forest, and you see a marking in the middle of the forest,
That used to be the edge of the
that used
forest.
to be the edge of the forest.
And this is
Talking
what
about, like-
you
This
said.
is recent.
You said this was like 50 meters in from the, or 50 feet in from the edge of the forest.
Yes. So give
So,
me.
so several years have passed.
Well, give
Likely.
give me a quick I guess a quick perception check real quick. Just to see. Damn, it's pretty good actually, even though the so starting where Val's at, right, and you see the marking she has, you're like, okay, well if this is where the marking is, this is supposed to be the edge. You notice that you saw the prior marking, right?
Mhm.
And this one seems like almost drawn reluctantly. Like there's not a lot of it's not super well done. And you, out of curiosity, go to where the actual edge of the forest is, and there's a well done.
So the forest had expanded between when they passed there the first time and the second time.
Give me a sense motive with disadvantage. Because you're effectively trying to figure out why this would ever happen.
We have an interesting mystery on our hands. Ooh!
Ooh. So a long time ago, probably 6 to 7 months ago, when you were in Land Nav, you guys were brought to a small island that's heavily wooded, and at some point during all of this, you saw another squad that was making. You all had specific markings that started making. Let me explain it better with the drawing again. So they started making markings out here, right? Like this.
Right.
And they got turned around so many times and ended up going to the same edges so many times that they started making them shorter so that they wouldn't have to travel as far to find out that they've turned themselves around.
So more
Mm.
typical tracking methods.
So that means there's actually just a path in this forest.
Or that they had difficulty going north without getting turned around.
Yeah, but it gives us an easy trail to follow. It's right there.
We follow their failures.
Yeah, we just follow their failures and we find what we're looking for. There's a literal path of failure. Out of curiosity, you walked over and found another one.
but the direction they had difficulty going is the direction we're trying to go.
Well, I guess we just have to have faith in our predecessors that they managed to find a path.
Or that we're better than them.
Raz is like, you guys ever try just being better?
Yeah, just because they couldn't find a way through the forest doesn't mean we can't.
I'm going to pull out my wayfinder for this when we're going through the woods, and I'm going to keep an eye on it.
Sure. Are you guys actually going into the woods?
We don't have a choice. Well, I mean, we do, but we'd be the assholes if we said no.
Can we post the horses up out here?
It's up to you.
They'll get eaten.
Would they though?
Oh yeah, without question.
We couldn't get old boy to just sit with the horses for a couple days.
I don't want to leave him for a couple days.
I mean, Treewallen will do as instructed. But he is a coward.
Yeah, that much we know.
And to be exact, or to be clear, I suppose. So the area gets swampier and swampier as you get closer to the forest, and it's forest probably isn't the right word. It's like bayou.
Marshy.
Bayou.
You.
Like visible solid ground is the exception, not the rule.
This might be too much for the horses.
It's definitely too much for the horses. Okay, so how about this? Let's stop for the night and think this one over and how we're gonna approach this, because
Sure.
it's 10:30 and I'm very tired. We had a lot done today, but
So, are you guys going in the forest though?
I think so.
Okay.
Sounds very good.
You're leaving the horses with Treewallen?
He is a coward.
Okay.
That's what I need to figure out. Like, I don't know if we're gonna leave the horses or not, if we're gonna leave Treewallen or not, or if Treewallen's gonna come with us. Like, we need to talk that over, and I'm in no state to do that right now.
I think we can leave the horses with Treewallen.
And, you know,
leave them.
Yes.
If we don't come back in a week, then he takes the horses and goes back to town.
Treewallen thinks that's totally agreeable.
Well,
You would.
I'll send. What's that?
He would think that.
I'll set him up with a tent and whatnot.
He's got a covered wagon.
Yeah, he's got a covered wagon. He's good.
Yeah.
Didn't we leave the wagon?
You left the
further
wagon,
back?
but he can always go back and get the wagon.
Wait, how far back did we leave the wagon?
When it started to get swampy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, he can take the horses and chill out at the wagon for a week.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
well
yeah.
far away.
Oh yeah.
Eat our fucking rations.
You guys have your rations, right? You didn't leave them.
When you say it like that.
Yeah, we packed rations.
Yeah. I doubt you're leaving all your shit here.
No, but I'm sure we have supplies in the.
I'm sure there are things we are leaving behind. Like, I don't know, we don't need all crafting gear.
Yeah. You want to leave a bunch
Or-
of tools behind. Instead of just hulk, like carrying around a bunch of wrenches. Okay. So is it seems like it's agreed that going in, you're leaving Treewall, and if you're not back in a week, Treewall takes the horses, goes back to town.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a quick survival check. So there's a few little things I want to do before we call it.
Survival, is it
I got it.
to avoid being lost?
Oh, fuck. I don't got it.
All right.
That was gonna happen. Every time when it counts.
You should also make a copy of the map for Tree Wallen.
Give me a second. I need to grab something. Can I get let's say no, I don't think that'll be necessary actually, because that's fine. That's fine. It is currently here. That roll, which was 9. Okay. That's 1, 2, 3. You guys haven't eaten today, right? Not yet.
We ate the fruit.
That does not count.
Yeah.
It's a cherry. Get out of here.
If we were traveling for a significant
I mean, we traveled basically all day, right? So we would have
rations.
eaten one ration today.
Okay. Let's go ahead and mark that off. And then mark off 5 more rations.
Oof.
5 more? Is that just giving Treewallen enough to...
No, you guys are gonna get, like, right proper lost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I rolled a fucking 9.
You guys
So we've
get,
wasted most of our week, and we're right back where we started.
And Anne's dead now.
No, you are deep, deep in a bayou that you do not understand the way out of.
Does my ion or not my wayfinder help at all? It's a +2 on survival to avoid getting lost.
So, on the first day, the moment you get beyond the point where you can see the tree line, the wayfinder just starts spinning.
It's a nice device that you got specifically to not get lost. Be a shame if this was advanced lostness.
Be a shame if we saw that rocket before.
We can just follow the Razziite back home.
Yeah. So it's currently Calestrel 4th. It's a fire day. You guys have been in the swamp in the bayou for 5 days at this point. It's been pretty miserable. There's a lot of biting insects there. Like every once in a while, you'll see like some sort of reptile snout and eyes dip under the water as you look at it. It's just terrible. You guys find little patches of solid ground to camp on at night, and as you're trudging through, trying to keep to the high ground as much as possible, Val, give me a quick perception check.
Oh boy, so I can fuck that up too.
That's Val.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Incredible. All right, Corvo, perception check.
In order.
Yeah, I want to see.
Oh my god.
Incredible. Actually, that's still fine. Looking for a 10. Corvo, you see, not so you guys are walking along like a land bridge, basically, right? It's going on for a good while. It's a pretty decently sized bit of land that you guys have found to walk across. Very hopeful that it will lead you guys out of this place. Up ahead, the land kind of widens out a bit, and there's like some grass and like a small meadow, and in that small meadow you see Anne picking flowers. The same menacing aura little girl, and she notices you, and she waves, and she starts to run in you guys' direction, and then that's where we'll end it tonight.
In the sky.
I know what's going on. I know what you're fucking doing right now.
Elaborate.
No. I won't.
It's not fair.
You want to kill off all Stremo, then you can elaborate.
No, I don't think I will.
No, that's not fair. You can't just choose to not be wrong publicly.
Yeah.
No, I know I'm not wrong. I know I'm right.